Hey everyone, welcome to another video on the Handsome Smells channel. Today I'll be doing a first impressions of a YouTube darling. This one is called Lalique pour Homme, and this is the Eau de Parfum version. So I know there's an EDT version, but many people consider the Eau de Parfum to have better performance. So this is the one that I picked up. I've not smelt this one before, but many people can make comparisons to this to Creed's Bois de Portugal. That's a fragrance which I came across very early in my journey. I think I first sprayed or sniffed that in 2015, and I found it to be very strong at the time, very powerful, and it smelled very gentlemanly, but very sophisticated, but for an older gentleman, someone who's in their mid-30s, which is what I am right now. So I smelled that one in my mid-20s, and at that time I felt like it was a bit too mature for me. But now that I'm in my mid-30s, Bois de Portugal by Creed, I did revisit it. I bought a sample. However, I found that the sample smelled completely different to the sample that I tried nearly 10 years ago. So maybe there has been a reformulation in that fragrance. But many people have compared it to this, Lalique pour Homme, and the price difference is incredible. Like the Creed, I'm sure, sells for over £200. But this one here, I picked it up from Notino, a discounter here in the UK, for £22 for 100ml, which is excellent price. So this is an Eau de Parfum, and this is the Lion version. So I've heard there's people that say there's a Lion versions and there's an Aquos version. I think that's how it's pronounced, pardon my French. So let's unbox this and give this a first impressions. I've not smelt this ever before. I don't think they ever sell it in any of the shops here in the UK. I believe it's only available online. This one was released in 1997, and the nose behind this scent is Maurice Roussel. He's a very renowned perfumer. Some of his works that I've reviewed on my channel is Nautica Voyage, a brilliant cheapie for the summer, and also Musc Ravageur from the house of Frederick Maille, a beautiful musky, clove, spicy vanilla scent, which is extremely expensive, but something I really wish I would have in my collection. But let's unbox this and give it a first impression. The box is pretty nice. It's got Lalique there, Lalique pour Homme. It's got the lion head. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration. Not sure if the camera picks it up. So let's open this up. So that's how it looks in there. It's got like a gold cap on the top. Okay, this is the bottle. So over here it says Lalique pour Homme. Got the gold cap and gold border at the top. You got the lion head is cut out sort of into the bottle, which is very cool, and you can see it from there. The cap is plasticky and very cheap smelling. So Lalique pour Homme. Let's give this a first impressions. I'm just gonna get out a little strip to spray it on, and then we can see what this is all about. Okay, let's give this a spray and see what this is like. The sprayer, pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie. It's not very it's not one of the best, but for £22, what can you say? Okay, I can already smell it in the air. Very clean, soapy opening. There's lavender in this, and the lavender comes across like air fresheners that you get. Quite I have to say the opening a little bit synthetic, so I do need to let this settle on my skin for a full review. But on first impressions, the lavender comes across a little bit harsh and a little bit synthetic to my nose, but a lot of lavenders do have that to my nose, because lavender is used in so many cleaning products these days that you sort of associate that smell with those cleaning products. I need to properly wear this on my skin, because first impressions is never judge a fragrance from first impressions. Like one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Homme, I hated it on first impressions. Like when I first sprayed it on, I just thought it was a dry woodiness, and I thought, why are people going crazy about this? But it was only when I wore Homme on, man, that I completely fell in love with it and gave it a perfect 10 out of 10 score. It's like the perfect signature fragrance. So I think I'll need to do the same for this one, Lalique's Pour Homme. But the opening is super clean and soapy. There's a strong lavender note, and it just, for me, it smells like an air freshener, which is really, really bad to say. So the opening, like I said, lavender, soapiness, air freshener sort of vibe. It's very aromatic. It smells very clean. Let's see what the note breakdown is, and by the time I read the note breakdown, maybe this will help it settle a little bit on this strip. So Lalique Pour Homme. Let's see, the top of the note is lavender, rosemary, grapefruit, bergamot, pomelo, mandarin orange, and tangerine. The base of the fragrance is cedar, iris, lily of the valley, and jasmine. And the base of the fragrance is oakmoss, sandalwood, vanilla, patchouli, and amber. So really looking forward to the dry down of this scent, especially seeing if it comes with more vanilla. But the opening is, okay, the lavender has now calmed down a little bit. It's smooth and out, and it's smelling very gorgeous now. The opening, definitely very, very harsh, a little bit synthetic smelling. But now that it's settled a little bit on this strip, coming across very clean and soapy. It does have a little bit of the air freshener vibe still. But I'm hoping as the fragrance develops, or that air freshener quality will go away. But for first impressions, Lalique Pour Homme, I have to say, smells very, very clean and fresh and soapy, and that's mainly to the lavender. First impressions are never enough to give you a full understanding of the fragrance, so I'll have to give this a proper wearing and give it a full review to understand my thoughts. But that was my first impressions of Lalique Pour Homme EDP. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions. If you have, please leave me a like and a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. Until next time, my friends, see you later.